Hey, this is Wally Carmichael. Welcome to your onboarding video for your AP Business Mastery customized CRM. You'll know you're in the right place. You'll see the little logo up here, AP Business Mastery. You'll see app.AP Business Mastery. And by the way, if you're wondering what AP stands for, if you don't know already, that's Abundance and Prosperity Business Mastery. So obviously when you come here, you're going to go ahead and log in. That login should be your email address, your business email address, whichever one you gave me for the CRM, and whichever password that you gave me. If you didn't give me a password, then I sent you the password in an email. Now, the first time you log in, you're going to get this one-time password security code, and this may happen periodically. So you can choose email or text message with your phone number. And that email, if you do choose email, that email is going to come from AP Business Mastery. So keep an eye out for that. You go ahead and take that code, obviously, and type it in here. Hit confirm, and you should be in. And there you are. So this is your dashboard, but we're going to go up one. We're going to be going down this line over here and go through most of this stuff. Again, you may not see everything that's here. You may see a little bit more. It just depends on what account you signed up for and what program you're in. So we're going to go to the launch pad. The first thing you're going to want to do, I would suggest that you go ahead and send the link to your phone if you're on Apple or Android and get this app, because this is where you're going to be in addition to your computer, which is obviously going to be much better because you're going to be able to see more. But on your phone, you're going to be able to see and manage your leads as they start coming in and a few other things. So go ahead and make that connection. The next step down is Google My Business. If you don't have a Google My Business account, then you and I are going to be setting that up. I'll share some videos with you and give you some information about the importance of Google My Business. I'm not going to get into it here, but it is extremely important. And when you connect your Google My Business, you're going to get a lot of data. You're going to get your any of your testimonials that come through we're going to be able to automatically put them on your squeeze pages, your website, anywhere you want that widget, you're going to be able to put that on there. You want to connect your Facebook, and you're going to have your Facebook open and connect your Facebook, because Facebook messages will be able to come in and you'll be able to have conversations with them here on the computer as well as on your phone all through this app, all through the CRM. You can generate leads through website connecting web chat widget. And I'll show you how to set that up as well. You can customize that. You can go ahead and connect that as well. I personally use Stripe at this point. I may be using a different credit card processor in the future, but at this point, Stripe is very simple to use. It connects with pretty much everything. If you don't have a Stripe account, that's very simple to set up. I may have some videos out there for that as well, or we can talk briefly about that and how to set up the account, how to set up products and everything, so you want to connect that here. The rest of this stuff I don't really use at this point. I should be using Yext, but I'm not. And I don't really mess with the WordPress. And then you can also add more team members here if you want to. If you have more people on your team that you want access to this, they can have their own individual login access, and that will come into play later on. Now, looking at your dashboard, you'll get messages up here to connect your SEO and your Yext and all this kind of stuff. We'll deal more with that later. I generally just click those off. Now, this is a sample account, an account that's actually just getting started, just like yours. So I just have a test to run in here, so that's why there's one opportunity. And as you start getting more leads and we assign values to them and how much your conversion rate is and so on and so forth, all of this will start making more sense, and it'll get super exciting because you'll get to see the numbers come up or go down. And when we have data, then we can make changes. When we have data, we can make appropriate changes. Then you've got some other actions down here. You've got pending actions, you've got phone calls, and you've got text messages that you need to get to. So that you'll want to watch that as well. Conversations, there's nothing in here right now, but this is where you'd be able to see your unread messages, recent messages, any messages that you starred. And these messages will come from Email, I'll keep saying this over and over again, but I'll say it one time here. When I say messages, you're going to be able to communicate with your prospects and your customers and clients via email, text message, chat widget, Instagram Messenger, Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, and a few others. So all of that will be here, and it's labeled so that you know how they connected with you and you can communicate with them right back in the same way. You've got manual actions here. You've got templates that are really cool. If you want to add a template, a text template, or an email template, they have really good templates that are here, so you can add those in and just create a template so that each time you send something, it's always the same. So you have your logo in there and all that kind of stuff. We have a calendar set up for you, and there's a couple calendars already set up for you right here in the CRM. And so looking at your calendars, you've got a primary calendar, you've got the general calendar, and then you've got other calendars like a 2-hour breakthrough session, booking request, discovery call, claim, and a free business assessment. These are just some basic calendars that are already set up in here for you. So from here, you'll be able to view all of your calendars or individual calendars, however you want to do that. You've also got appointments that will be listed here. And then you've got a calendar settings. Calendar settings, you can come through here and look at each one of these calendars. Let's say, for instance, the discovery call. And you can edit each one of these. You can duplicate it. And it has all of these different settings. You can color code it. You can come in here and put your logo so that your logo is on the calendar. You can set your availability. If you have a 30-minute time slot for this particular calendar, if you want a buffer, like a 10 or 15-minute buffer so you have breaks between each one of the calls, I would suggest you do that so they don't overlap too much. How many appointments of this type do you want per slot? Generally, if it's just you, it'd be one. But if it's you and a team and you're on a round robin type of thing, then you can have 3, 5, 10, depending on how many team members you have, and you can have each of those appointments going. You have how many appointments per day? Do you want 3, 5? How busy do you want to be? 10? It depends. It's totally up to you, and make sure you have the capacity to attend each one of those appointments. What this is minimum schedule notice. So if you don't want anybody to get on your schedule in the next, like within 2 hours, generally I set mine for 24 hours. I want people to get on my calendar at the very least the day prior, or maybe 2 days prior. So it's usually 24 or 48 hours. So you can put 2 days or 1 day, or you can put hours, okay, or weeks. Date range, how far out do you want people to schedule? I generally don't want people to get on my schedule beyond 3 months. So either 90 days or 3 months, because by that time they've forgotten about what we're talking about and stuff like that. So 2 to 3 months would be about the norm for me, but whatever it is for you. What days do you work? Monday through Saturday? I generally take Fridays off. I don't let people get on my schedule. It's for special clients and specific business that I might be doing. I might take calls on Friday, but it's by invitation only. So I don't let people generally get on my schedule. Now, if I have coaches that I'm working with, then that particular calendar has Friday open. Sometimes I'll even work Saturdays if I have to make sure that the client is being properly served. Then, of course, you set your time frames and your days, and then you've got the reoccurring. So you save that when you're done. I'm not going to save that at this point. So that's pretty much it with calendar. There's a lot to do there and a lot of different options there. So now contacts. This is where your contacts will build up. And this is the test that I have in here with the test@test.com. And I just put this in here just as a placeholder. But these will be all your contacts. And when you click on these contacts, you'll have all the information that you need. You'll have the conversations, the way the conversation began. This one is by email. You'll have some conversations over here that are from, you can see that they'll have a little text here or a little link that'll talk about where that message started at so that you can continue the message there. If you want to send out bulk emails to your entire list, you can send out bulk information here. If you delete or cancel a contact, you can restore them here. If you have any tasks, they'll be plugged in right here, and then your company information is here as well. And you can create smart lists. Smart lists are lists of people. Say, for instance, you have several services. You have 3 different services: service 1, service 2, service 3. You can name each one of them appropriately. Let's say, for instance, the dentist, it's teeth whitening or root canal, or you can tag them. And if it's somebody with a root canal, for instance, that needs a follow-up in a year or 6 months, you can tag them, and every 6 months you can create a campaign that automatically reaches out to them that they need a checkup. And you can tag them by whatever that category is. So that's contacts. Opportunities. This gets really fun. I wish I could show it here. But basically what happens is a new lead comes in. They pop in right here. And then when that lead responds to any correspondence, however you communicated with them, if they respond to a text or an email, they automatically get moved over as a hot lead. Now, you should be connecting with, and you should have a drip campaign, either both email and text messages, sometimes voice drops that are going to your leads. And we'll talk more about that later based on your particular needs. When they communicate back and they respond to anything, it automatically drops them into a hot lead. That's when you absolutely must connect with them within 5 to 15 minutes. Personally, right? We can have a drip campaign here that'll go out, but you need to communicate with them because generally they're asking a question. And sometimes they're saying, take me off your list, in which case you go ahead and take them off your list. And I'll show you how to do that later. But if it's positive, you want to answer the question right away and start communicating with them. And then if they're ready to book an appointment, they should have a link that will automatically let them book an appointment. If they're a no-show, if they need a follow-up to close pending. And by the way, we can change any of these labels up here based on your pipeline needs. So if you look at the pipeline, we've got a sales pipeline here and we've got a promotion pipeline. And we can change these. We can move these around. We can change any of this. We can add to it. We can do whatever we need based on your specific needs. Okay. Now, payment is really fun because this is where you get to come and watch your invoices and any payments and everything. This is pretty much self-explanatory. This is the marketing page, and this is where you're going to come in here, and you have to come in here, and for any one of these platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Google My Business, LinkedIn, Twitter, and TikTok, you go ahead and connect all of your accounts, all of those accounts that you have, get them connected here, and you'll go ahead and get started right here to get them connected. You can save time and then once you have all this set up, you can schedule posts. So if you want to schedule different posts that go out for promotions or anything that you have coming up, you can schedule them and they will automatically go out on these different platforms. That's really cool. Automation is your workflows. I generally have this blocked off, but I have it open here today because I want you to see it. You may not see this when you open up your CRM, because right now I have 2 workflows in here, but based on what you're doing, I have some templates and workflows that will drop in here for your specific needs based on your business and what it is that you're doing. But just to give you an idea, we have a sales booking workflow and this is a recipe for auto missed call text back. So if a call comes in, you miss the call, it automatically sends a text message back, says something like, hey, we're sorry that we missed you. Somebody will get back with you as soon as possible. Something like that. But let's look at the sales workflow. We've got different workflows here, and they're based on where the buyer's journey. They're based on where the prospect is at that point in time. So the initial nurture, and each one of these have email campaigns, and all these are in draft right now. And let's click on this one. And it's really cool because what happens first is a form is submitted from one of your squeeze pages. Once they fill out that form, put their name, email address, and phone number in there, they're added to a workflow trigger. The first thing that happens is it adds them to the sales pipeline, that pipeline I showed you earlier. Then it alerts you, you're the client, it alerts you that you have just received a new lead with their information. You'll get that via email, text message, however you want to get that. It'll also be in the system. It's going to wait 5 minutes. Then it's going to send a text message to the prospect. And we can change this however you want to change this up. And it will say, in this case, hey, John Smith, thanks for your interest in our And then remember I was talking about the custom values. We drop custom values right here. So this might be a special offer for one-time coaching, or a special offer for one of your services. They come in and first round is on us because it's your birthday or something like that. Then the next step is to get your get booked on our calendar, and that's where you put the appointment, and that's the calendar link there. So that goes out in text message. It waits 3 minutes, then it sends an email, and this is the email. The email will automatically will populate it from you, from your company email address, whatever subject line we come up with, and we're obviously going to change these because they're going to be detailed and personal to your business. And then we can have an email template here, or just this basic email that goes out. And then and this is the custom value again, your name, location, business, stuff like that. Then it's going to wait 3 minutes, and it might send an automatic voice call. It'll send a call, and it'll be an automatic call. As soon as it goes, it automatically goes to their voice message. It doesn't really even ring. It just goes right into the voice message, and then it waits 1 day, then sends another email follow-up. Waits a day, sends a text message. So we can have this sequence however you like. If you don't want to do calls, whatever, we change that up however we need for your business. So that's the basics about the workflows. The sites, this is where your squeeze pages are going to be at. And if you have any needs for customs that I already have built, we'll have those in here. So for instance, your typical opt-in funnel, this is just an example. It'll look like this. Again, just an example, logo here. It's just a placeholder. Really nice looking squeeze page. It's got the calls to action, all that kind of stuff. They click on here and claim the offer. It opens up to a form, gather that information. And then once they do that, it takes them to the next page where they can go ahead and schedule the appointment. Right here on your calendar, built right into the system. How awesome is that? And this is an amazing, by the way, I'm using this account from B2B Profit Pro, and an absolutely amazing business coach. So as you know, I'm a business coach, and this is a business coach that's on my team, so I can introduce you to him if you're in the California area. Now, then, of course, last in this sequence is a thank you page, and we can go in here and make any changes that we need based on your needs. So for instance, if we look at this, we can open this up, and we can come in here and make any color scheme changes. We can change any verbiage. We can change the picture in the background. Anything you see here, obviously, we can change this up and cater it to your specific needs. Then here's the reputation again. This is where I was talking about with all the data. This would be full of data from Google with invite trends, review trends, latest review requests, latest reviews, average rating, and all of this stuff. And then you can get the chat widget and put it on there. And reporting. This is the last one, and this is just going to be a bunch of data and information that's very useful as you start building out your business and start using this system. And by the way, if you already have a list of prospects, past clients and customers, we can upload them in here as well and start managing them in this CRM. Start sending out data, former client reactivation campaigns. We can send out Google review requests, which is very powerful. There's just so much we can do with this. But this is the basic overview of your CRM. Now, this is just an overview. Once you and I get on a call together, we're going to start setting this up and personalizing it. So your homework for now is to go into Launchpad and start making these connections, these couple of connections based on what I mentioned earlier, and get those connected. If you have any problems, then we'll talk about that when we get on our call, and go over here to marketing and connect these platforms as well. And then we will be able to, once you get those connected, we'll get together and we'll start setting up your squeeze pages and your landing pages, getting all your email sequences right in your automation, in your workflows, and you'll be off and running. All right. So I look forward to talking with you soon, and I look forward to getting the rest of this set up for you.